You know who this guy is, don't you, Pit?
Of course I do! It's Mario!
He was your first ally in the fight against the subspace army. What you may not know is that he's actually quite famous. There aren't many people who don't know who Mario is.
Man, I don't know whether to fight him or ask for his autograph.
Fight first, fanboy later.
Oh! Do you think he'll sign my wings? Come on!
Snake, you know who that is?
You're kidding, right? It's Mario.
Mario made his first appearance in 1981, and since then, he's become a worldwide phenomenon. There's probably not a single person who doesn't know Mario. He's that famous.
Good thing I survived long enough to meet him on the field of battle, huh?
This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, Snake. Now get out there and show him what you're made of. No regrets.
Got it.
Look! It's Luigi!
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Oh, don't say that. After all, he even had his own year.
I don't remember that. Though I suppose if he's number 2 out of all these fighters, that's actually pretty good.
His attacks are no joke.
You're right. Have you seen his super jump punch and green missile? In some ways, he might even be stronger than his brother. Too bad about that unfortunate L on his forehead.
I'm sure that stands for winner.
That guy with the mustache.
Ah, you mean the king of second bananas?
Hey, that's Luigi. Show him a little respect.
Look at that pale skin. He's been living in his brother's shadow for too long.
That's a low blow, Colonel.
Ah, face it, Snake. Once a kid brother, always a kid brother.
Colonel, what's gotten into you?
Lolly-loo-lay-low, lolly-loo-lay-low, lolly-loo-lay-low.
Colonel, snap out of it. Colonel! Colonel!
Oh, it's Princess Peach!
Guess she's taking a break from being kidnapped.
I'm so glad we never have to worry about Lady Palutena. She can take care of herself.
Really? Wasn't she imprisoned by Medusa for a bit there?
That hardly counts. After all, we were just freshmen back then. That would never happen now that we're more experienced.
Peach has been in plenty of scrapes herself, so she ought to be quite experienced. And yet, she never learns. Sometimes I wonder if she just lets herself get kidnapped for fun.
I don't know about that. It seems like tossing vegetables is more her idea of fun. She'll pelt you with them the whole match if you don't watch it. But she can't reload when she's jumping, so keep your eye on what she's up to.
Mei Ling, tell me what you know about Peach.
Princess Peach is the beloved ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom. She's been kidnapped numerous times by Bowser.
Sounds pretty serious.
Yes, but every time it happens, Mario ends up saving her. Sure, he may not look like your ideal knight in shining armor. A little on the short side, I'd say. But still, don't you think it's romantic? I mean, to have a guy who's always there for you.
If he was smart, he'd tell her to stop getting kidnapped.
You don't get a lot of dates, do you, Snake?
When I think of Bowser, I always picture him deep in his castle steeling himself for a fight.
Or, you know, playing golf or racing a go-kart.
He's looking pretty aggro today. Must be because he's in a fighting game.
When Mario first fought Bowser, I hear he had to use an axe to chop down a rope bridge and drop the big guy.
It all sounds like something from an 8-bit action movie.
I won't lie. I'm a little scared.
Don't be. Bowser may be powerful, but he also leaves big openings. Fight smart and look for chances to counterattack.
Careful, Snake. That's the great and terrible Bowser.
Bowser? Looks like a cheap movie monster.
Hardly. Bowser leads an entire army of monsters, but I'd worry more about his claws and fire if I were you.
Doesn't look that tough to me. Seems kind of slow, actually.
Well, he is the king of Koopas. It's only natural he'd be slow. But that's only because he's the heaviest fighter here. By far. He's a powerhouse of destruction. Careful he doesn't flatten you.
It's Yoshi!
Let me get this straight. Yoshi lays eggs, but he's actually male?
Shouldn't you know that? Oh, goddess of nature?
There's nothing natural about this guy.
Yeah, I see your point.
Well, all living beings contain both female and male elements. It appears that Yoshi is no different.
Wonder what's inside all those eggs. Chocolate?
Focus, Pit. If you use your shield when Yoshi's pulling off an egg roll, you can grab him. Keep that in mind.
Otacon, what's this lizard thing?
That's a Yoshi. It's a dinosaur from Yoshi's Island. Watch out for its long chameleon-like tongue. If it gets you, you'll be swallowed whole.
It lays eggs and throws them, right? Then it must be female.
Actually, it's a he. At least, that's what it says.
It talks.
Yes, it talks. Well, kind of.
Now you've got me curious. How about I capture one so we can see what they taste like?
Oh, Snake.
Wario kind of smells.
That's to be expected. For his final smash, he munches nasty garlic and transforms into his super anti-hero alter ego, Wario Man.
Wario Man?
Yes. Legend has it that Wario once caught a cold, accidentally ate a piece of nasty garlic, and turned into Wario Man.
Huh. So nasty garlic is the key to Wario's power. Great.
He's a real charmer, that one.
Speaking of which, eating seems to make Wario very gassy.
Oh, TMI?
I'm only telling you this for your own good. He's a ticking time bomb. Watch out for his sudden farts, and all farts in general. They're gross and dangerous.
This job is really the worst sometimes.
This guy kind of gives me the creeps.
That's Wario, Snake. Wario first appeared as Mario's rival, but he really made his name in the WarioWare games. Watch out for Wario's bite. It's not just damage you take from it.
What do you mean, Colonel?
Wario loves garlic. He eats whole cloves of it day and night. So try not to get caught in his mouth. Once that smell gets on you, it'll stick to you for quite a while.
Ooh, that's a scary thought.
He also attacks by farting. He can fart to fly around, too.
By farting. Are you kidding me?
Sadly, no, I am not kidding. If his belly starts to bulge, watch out.
Looks like it's me versus DK.
His arms are like tree trunks, so his attacks are incredibly powerful. Given his size, he also moves quite quickly. Combine that speed and power with his long reach, and you've got an opponent who's good at almost everything.
Yeah, except for dressing himself. That necktie really doesn't leave much to the imagination.
True, but it is his signature look. It's probably best not to mention it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of his giant punches or smash attacks. When he attacks you, don't use your shield. Just get out of the way, and then counterattack.
And watch where you come in for a landing.
Otacon, there's a gorilla wearing a tie here. He's huge.
That's Donkey Kong. As you can tell, he's got strength to spare. He may be king of the jungle, but he lives in a house just like you or me. And he seems pretty smart. Well, for an ape anyway. The Donkey Kong who fought that epic battle with Mario was this guy's grandfather.
That was a long time ago. What about this Donkey Kong? Does he get along with Mario?
Nope, they're still at it. Seems like they're always competing in something. Kart racing, sports, you name it.
A chip off the old block.
Oh, look! It's Diddy Kong!
He's Donkey Kong's little buddy.
Wonder if he'd let me win for a banana.
Don't underestimate him just because he's a monkey. He's faster and stronger than any human.
As long as he can't fly, I'm good.
He can't fly, but he does have a peanut pop gun and an inexhaustible supply of peanuts to shoot at you.
So? I love peanuts.
Not when they're pelting you in the face.
I don't know. Still sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, Pit, what won't you do for a snack?
Fighting does take strength.
Anyway, if you can hit Diddy Kong at just the right angle, he'll drop his rocket barrel pack.
However, it explodes when it lands on the ground, so watch out.
Otacon, there's a chimpanzee here wearing a Nintendo hat.
That's Diddy Kong. He's Donkey Kong's partner. Not only is he lightweight, he can use a wide range of weapons as well. He can fly using those barrel jets on his back, and he can shoot nuts with his peanut pop gun.
Peanuts? As in the ones in the little shells? Are you serious?
Oh, wait, here's the best part. You see them lying on the ground after he shoots? If you pick up some of those peanuts, they'll restore your health a little.
Edible ammunition, huh? Times sure have changed.
Hey, it's a shadow bug.
No, that's just Mr. Game & Watch.
Watch out for number 9, Pit.
What are you talking about?
Mr. Game & Watch's Judge attack displays random numbers, and when it displays 9, the attack is devastating.
Getting hit with a 9 will knock out any fighter with a single strike, no matter who it is. When his back is against the wall, Mr. Game & Watch might try his luck with a Judge attack.
Leaving victory up to luck doesn't seem like the best strategy.
Well, luck is part of every victory.
So you better watch yourself, Pit.
Otacon, there's a guy walking around in here, and he's only got 2 dimensions.
That's Mr. Game & Watch. He comes from a world where everything is flat. Game & Watch was a series of portable games released by Nintendo in 1980. They were powered by large-scale integrated circuits and only had monochrome LCD displays, so characters kind of looked like the numbers on a calculator. The guy you're looking at now, Mr. Game & Watch, was a character who appeared in these games.
This is making my head hurt.
Well, he's, I mean, look, just start fighting him and I'm sure everything will make sense.
Of all the fighters, Link is the one I most want to take down.
Oh? Why is that?
We were born around the same time. And we both use a bow. He's totally ripping off my style.
Please, comparing Link to you is like comparing a star to a campfire.
What?
Just look at those chiseled features. His cheekbones could seriously cut glass.
Earth to Viridi!
Oh, I'm only kidding. The goddess of nature would never be interested in some hairless monkey.
Oh, humans aren't all that bad. I could introduce you to him, if you'd like.
If you insist.
Back to the fight at hand. Pit, you can reflect Link's projectile attacks using your Guardian Orbitars.
Just watch out for his dreamy claw shots.
Otacon, who's the guy with the sword?
That's Link. He's the hero of Hyrule. That blade in his hand is called the Master Sword, also known as the Blade of Evil's Bane. He also has a whole arsenal of items at his disposal. Bombs and arrows, a shield, a boomerang, and a claw shot. He's a force to be reckoned with.
Gear is only useful when it's used at the right time and place. Just lugging a ton of it around doesn't do you any good.
I wouldn't be talking if I were you, Snake.
What's that supposed to mean?
You tell me, Mr. Utility Belt.
This isn't quite the Zelda you're used to.
I hear she no longer changes form in battle.
That's right, but she's got a new special move, the Phantom Slash.
Where does she get the Phantom from?
It's hard to say. Magic.
Wow, I didn't realize she was such a powerful magician.
I could do something similar, I'm sure, but it's pretty dark magic. Now, what part of you should I use to make your phantom?
My phantom? You don't have to do that for me, Lady Palutena.
Oh, don't be scared. I'll just equip you and...
What will it cost me?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe just your soul?
Look how pale he got! You're really scaring him. Listen, Pit. If you can knock Zelda's phantom out, she won't be able to call it back for a bit. Keep an eye on her.
Snake, I see you're fighting Zelda.
Yeah, I guess. Doesn't feel right fighting someone in a dress, though.
Don't underestimate her just because she's a woman. Zelda's attacks are backed by powerful magic. Her hand-to-hand combat may look weak, but her magic makes it cut to the bone.
So, this rose has thorns. Interesting.
This is no time for pickup lines, Snake.
Don't worry. I know from experience that it's the quiet ones you have to watch out for.
I wish I knew Sheik's true identity.
It is one of the great mysteries of our time.
Are you guys for real? You can't be serious.
Compared to the other fighters, Sheik moves very quickly. Don't get overwhelmed by Sheik's speed, especially one-on-one.
What's going on here? What happened to Zelda?
Snake, Princess Zelda transformed into Sheik. I can understand the clothes, but to change her skin and eye color? That must take some powerful magic.
Magic?
Come on, Snake. Don't get all grumpy and start talking about how unscientific it is. Science is basically just another form of magic that makes our lives easier.
I never thought I'd hear that coming from you, Mei Ling.
Don't you think talking to someone halfway around the world is a kind of magic? Or flying across entire continents?
No, I think this is completely different.
This Ganondorf guy definitely has the evil look down pat.
He can sometimes take another form. As Ganon, he's known as the King of Porkness.
It's actually the King of Darkness. He's brought Hyrule to the brink of ruin more times than I can count.
My Archvillain database doesn't bring up anything about his past.
Wow. I didn't know you had that app.
A goddess must preserve some sense of mystery.
Huh?
One thing you should know, Pit, is that there are many different Ganons.
Just like there are multiple Links and Zeldas.
But don't let that confuse you. I've spent years studying Ganon canon.
Remember, Ganondorf is as heavy as he is powerful. Use that to your advantage.
This guy is giving off a murderous vibe. Even getting close to him makes my skin crawl.
Snake, Ganondorf is dangerous. His ambition is to rule the world, and he's got the power to do it. It's no wonder they call him King of Evil.
Do modern weapons even work against him? Do I even have a chance?
Take a look around you. There are plenty of people fighting with swords or even their bare hands. At least you've got firepower. Count yourself lucky. It's not like you to whine, Snake.
I was just asking. Yeesh. Well, back to the mission for me. Now.
Oh! This guy's eyes are the size of my head!
He must be the famous Toon Link.
Where'd he get that name from anyway?
It's probably because he looks like he jumped right out of a cartoon.
Oh, I see how it is.
What's the matter, Pit?
It's just not fair, Lady Palutena. One Link is handsome, and the other is adorable. They're cherry-picking the best bits!
Oh, is poor Pit feeling a little insecure today?
Snap out of it, Pit. You have a fight to focus on. Here's the deal. Toon Link is quick, but lighter than regular Link.
Don't get distracted by his weapons, or his intense cuteness. Just calm down and plan the best counterattack.
Mei Ling, who's this kid with the cat eyes?
Oh, They call him Toon Link. Doesn't he look familiar?
Yeah, he looks just like Link.
But you know there have been several people who've gone by that name, right? They all have certain things in common. Green clothes, a sword, a shield. But they all came from different lands and lived in different eras. And yet the spirit of the hero of the Triforce is timeless. It's an essence that transcends history.
I think I can relate to that.
Huh? What do you mean?
There's been more than one snake, too, you know.
Oh look! There's Metroid!
That's not a Metroid! That's Samus!
Just like Link isn't named Zelda.
And like Pit's name isn't Icarus.
Okay, this joke has officially run its course.
Moving on then. Pit, you can reflect Samus's charge shot with your Guardian Orbitars. However, Samus can throw a storm of shots at you. If you use your Orbitars too often, she'll know what you're up to. So try to reflect strategically, as opposed to your usual game plan.
Hey, Otacon. I got a woman here in a power suit.
Huh? How did you know she was a woman? Yeah. That'd be Samus Aran, the most renowned bounty hunter in the galaxy. Her arm cannon packs quite a wallop. If you get hit with a charged shot from that thing, you can kiss your butt goodbye.
Sounds like my kind of woman.
Yeah, well, just don't get too close, Snake. Samus is deadly. After space pirates killed her parents, she was raised by the Chozo and trained in the fighting arts. She's been places and seen things that people like you and me can't even begin to imagine.
Oh, but underneath that cold, metal exterior beats the heart of a woman.
Who's that woman?
That's Zero Suit Samus. She usually wears heavy armor, but not in this incarnation. Even so, she's still pretty powerful.
She has some pretty hurdy-looking equipment. Getting kicked by those jet boots has gotta sting.
You have a good deal of hurdy-looking equipment yourself, Pit.
Yeah, and can you believe that there's some fighters that battle empty-handed? Crazy!
It's all about discipline, not weaponry. Don't worry though, when we get home, I'll enroll you in PALUTENA'S boot camp. That'll fix you right up.
Or I can just keep my weapons. Yeah, let's do that.
Anyway, Zero Suit Samus is a difficult target to hit. Keep your attacks sure and steady.
Is that all?
Mei Ling, Samus took her clothes off.
That's just her in the Zero Suit, Snake.
Without that bulky power suit, she's gotten a lot more agile. I bet if I took off all this heavy gear, I could catch her.
Yeah, you wish. Even without the power suit, all that training she did with the Chozo has made her a super athlete. I don't think a normal human could ever keep up. Just look at her.
Her loss.
Wait a sec. Is that me?
It certainly appears to be the case.
You're awfully calm about this, Lady Palutena.
Well, we've been through a similar situation in the past, don't you recall?
Yeah, but it's still freaky. It's like looking through a twisted mirror. That reminds me. You know how Dark Pit came from a mirror? Then why doesn't he move left when I move right, and vice versa?
Beats me.
But you're supposed to know everything. Don't you have an all-seeing eye and an all-knowing brain and all that?
My all-seeing eye sees you getting hit.
Oh man, really?
I'm sure the true Pit would triumph over any doppelganger. So I guess now we'll see if you're the real deal.
I meant to ask you about one more thing. Have you noticed that I can kind of fly on my own a bit?
Actually, it's called jumping, Pit. Sorry to be the one to break it to you.
That all you got?
Otacon, there's a kid with wings out here. Is he a mutant, or is he just into costumes?
That's Pit, Snake. Pit is an angel from Angel Land. He's the captain of Palutena's army.
Angels? Give me a break.
I don't know. Maybe he's from a different species. But those wings on his back and those mysterious weapons he has are the real deal. He may look young, but he's a veteran warrior. Watch yourself. He used to be a weakling, but countless trials over the years have toughened him up.
And by trials, you mean game overs?
Yeah. You should know all about that.
Get a load of Mr. Fancy Pants here.
Is that jealousy I detect in your voice, Pit?
Why would I be jealous of Marth?
Well, he's a prince for starters. A handsome prince. And you're just...
Anyway, Prince Marth's most dangerous attack comes from the tip of his sword. Avoid his blade when you're at mid-range.
So I should either attack him from a distance or get up close and personal.
He's got a counter as well, so be on guard when you go hand-to-hand. If you're attacking from afar, use items to improve your chances.
Snake, have you heard the saying, politics makes strange bedfellows?
Don't tell me that's a Chinese proverb.
No. It means that when the going gets tough, you might need unexpected partnerships in order to succeed. Marth was a prince whose kingdom was usurped. He didn't even have an army to fight with him. But as he battled his way forward, he found new allies to fight at his side, and in the end, he was able to reunite the war-torn land of Altea.
So, he built his army from the ranks of his defeated enemies.
Marth did his share of fighting too. Even when he had an army, he was always alongside his men in the thick of battle. Then he was betrayed by one of his most trusted friends. I can't even imagine how that feels.
I can.
Does Ike look a little different to you? A little... tougher? His clothes look different. And his sword looks even more menacing.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
And he definitely hasn't aged well.
Well, compared to gods and angels like us, Ike is just a baby.
I don't know how old you are, Pit, but you don't look like you've grown at all.
Oh, like you're one to talk. How old are you anyway? 10?
A goddess never reveals her age, Pit.
Break it up, you two. Back to Ike. He has a powerful side smash that will send you flying, but that's also his weakness.
He's very vulnerable at that time, so dodge it and strike back.
I claim this victory in the name of Sky World! Sky World! Sky World!
Yeah! Sky World! Sky World! Sky World! Sky World!
This swordsman's gonna be tough to beat.
Fighting Ike, eh, Snake? Ike is the leader of the Grail Mercenaries. He may look too refined to be a fighter, but he has one heck of a sword arm.
Yeah, he's swinging that two-handed sword around with only one hand. I don't even want to get near him.
That's the Holy Blade of Ragnell. It's an extremely powerful sword. But don't forget, Snake, you're armed to the teeth yourself. To your opponents, you might just be their worst nightmare. The distance between you and your enemy is a crucial element in battle. Using that distance can give you an advantage against some enemies.
Yeah, I've got the same feeling.
It's always easy to pick Kirby out of a crowd.
Aww, he's so squishy and adorable.
True, but he's still a formidable foe.
He's got all kinds of moves, and he's top-notch at recovering. Does this guy have any weaknesses?
Just what you'd expect. His weight, or rather his lack of weight.
So it shouldn't be hard to send him flying, huh?
Right. The question is how to do that.
Oh, that part's easy. Just keep wailing on him. Then we'll see who's stronger. That little puffball, or Kirby.
Snake, watch out!
For what? That pink marshmallow?
That's Kirby, also known as Kirby from Dreamland. He's from another planet. In other words, an extraterrestrial. He's got a powerful stomach that lets him swallow and digest anything. And he also has a copy ability that allows him to mimic opponents, steal their moves, and use those moves against them. On top of that, he has the power to fly around the stage. So once he's got you in his sights, there's no place to run.
Yeah, got it. I'll keep an eye out.
Who's this, Lady Palutena?
That's King DDD.
So, what do I need to know about him?
He's a heavyweight but has the ability to fly, and his hammer attack is no joke. But every fighter has a weakness. For example, when King DDD throws a spiky Gordo, you can hit it right back at him. If you can eliminate him by reflecting the Gordo, that will count as your KO.
What's a KO?
Good luck, Bit.
Look at the size of that hammer.
That's King DDD you're fighting, Snake.
DDD? You mean it's not a penguin, Colonel?
He's the king of Dreamland. Well, so he says anyway.
Are you sure he's not a penguin?
One full swing from that hammer can level an entire building. It may look like just a big wooden mallet, but it's actually outfitted with special mechanical systems like turbojets and precision bearings to boost its effectiveness.
I don't think I could even lift that thing. And he's swinging it around like it was nothing.
But he also leaves himself wide open. Just make sure you avoid the swing, Snake.
I wonder what Meta Knight looks like under that mask.
Apparently quite similar to Kirby.
If he took off his mask, could he inhale things too?
Maybe. And maybe he has Kirby's copy ability as well.
So if a maskless Meta Knight copied a masked Meta Knight...
Well, then he'd just be back where he started.
Anyway, be careful of his quick blade and his spinning attacks. They don't have a lot of power, so use your shield until you see an opening.
Fight me. Mei-Ling, there's a mysterious masked man flying around here with a sword.
That's Meta Knight. He's a knight from Dreamland. They say his sword swings can break the sound barrier. Whatever you do, don't get caught in one of his furious barrage attacks. He also commands the Halberd, a flying battleship.
I've seen it. The bow looks like his mask. What kind of weirdo puts his face on the bow of a ship anyway?
Maybe he's a little narcissistic. Kind of like someone else I know.
Really? Who would that be?
Use your imagination.
Got any tips for fighting Fox?
Fox McCloud is the leader of the mercenary flight team, Star Fox. His trademark is incredible speed.
It's about time you showed up, Fox!
That was a terrible General Pepper Pit.
You should be wary of his blaster, too.
Everybody, stay alert!
Focus, Pit. You might think Fox's blaster doesn't hurt all that much and ignore it, but you'll soon find you've taken lots of damage.
Sorry, I'm back. Okay, I'll just reflect his shots with my Guardian Orbitars.
I figured you'd say that.
Huh? Is that not what I should do?
Like I said, he's quick on his feet, so there's no telling when he'll suddenly rush in and grab you. You've got to watch your back constantly when Fox is around.
Do a barrel roll! That all you got?
Colonel, that Fox is fast.
You're fighting Fox, eh, Snake? His full name is Fox McCloud. He's the leader of the Commando for Hire unit, Star Fox. They're mostly active in a galaxy known as the Lilat system. Fox and his comrades pilot all-terrain fighter crafts called R-Wings. His skills in combat can turn the tide of any battle. You seem to have a thing with foxes, don't you, Snake?
Don't remind me. First Foxhound and now this guy. I'm sick of foxes.
You and foxes have a long history together. You ought to be proud.
Do you know who this is, Pit?
Falco Lombardi? Ace pilot on the Star Fox team? Great jumper!
Exactly. Captain Falcon's already got the falcon motif. Falco looks more like a pheasant to me.
Sounds delicious.
If I were you, I'd keep your voice down. If he hears you, he'll make you eat his boots.
Falco used to be the leader of a galactic gang, so you can expect him to be good in a fight.
I'm starting to freak out here. I mean, this guy is famous throughout the entire galaxy.
Watch out for long-range attacks, like his reflector shot and blaster.
You'll see he's quick on the draw.
Hands off my prey.
This is Snake.
Copy, Snake. This is Slippy.
What? Who is this? What are you? Some kind of frog?
Easy there, buddy. Just thought I'd hop on the wireless and give you a holler. Don't get mad.
Hacked right into my channel, huh?
But I'm not here to mess nothing up. Don't worry. Just so you know, Falco uses a blaster and reflector that I designed, just like Fox does. But Falco will kick his reflector and send it flying around. Just showing off if you ask me.
No reason a weapon can't have more than one use. In fact, I'd say its versatility shows how well you designed it.
Hey, maybe so. I feel all fuzzy now. Thanks, Snake.
Maybe next time we meet, you can design me a weapon.
Aw, look at that cute little guy.
It's a Pokemon.
And not just any Pokemon.
Actually, that Pokemon is called a Pikachu. Pikachu evolves from Pichu, and when a Pikachu is fully evolved, it becomes a Raichu.
It's quite rare for a Pokemon to be more famous in its middle stage than its final evolution.
True, but Pikachu is a special case. I mean, it's the most famous of all the Pokemon.
Excuse me. Hello?
What is it, Pit?
I hate to interrupt your musings on Pokemon, but I could really use some Smash Brothers help right about now.
Oh, right, I forgot where we were. Okay, here's the tip. Dodge Pikachu's thunder and then counterattack.
You can also zap Pikachu by reflecting its thunder back at itself. And nothing is more satisfying than that. Pika!
Oh, how cute!
What? The yellow thing?
That's Pikachu. It's a Pokemon. They're popular all over the world, you know? It may look cute, but be careful. It can store up large amounts of electricity in those adorable little cheeks. It'll try to pepper you with electric shocks.
Couldn't be much worse than Ocelot's old torture device.
Oh, and Snake?
What?
I was wondering, could you maybe try and catch Pikachu for me? Please?
Give me a break. What do I look like, a Pokemon trainer?
Fine. Sorry I asked.
Oh, wow, it's Charizard! Just look at those majestic wings!
Those wings might be majestic to look at, but they don't help much in the flying or gliding department.
A little short in the flight department. That sounds like a familiar predicament.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, Pit, denial doesn't look good on you. At least Charizard can use its wings for attacking.
And I can use my wings to fly. When Lady Palutena grants me the power of flight, that is.
You know, I've always wondered if the power of flight would work anywhere besides your wings. Like your hair, for instance.
That's not funny. I'd go bald.
But I digress. Charizard has another attack called Flare Blitz. It's powerful but dangerous, even to Charizard. Either way, dodge the attack and keep your distance while waiting for your chance to strike back.
Pokemon trainer? That's the guy giving orders behind a Pokemon, right?
Right. And this Pokemon trainer is controlling Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. They represent water, grass, and fire, and they're all powerful.
So, he makes his Pokemon fight while he sits back and watches. Sounds like a good deal if you ask me.
It's not like that, Snake. Those Pokemon wouldn't know what to do if the Pokemon trainer wasn't there giving orders. In every battle, there's a soldier doing the fighting, and a commander telling him what to do. By working together as a team, they accomplish much more than either could on their own. So let's do this together, partner.
Yeah, whatever you say, Colonel.
What the heck is that?
Oh, that's Lucario. What about it?
never seen a creature with a life force like that. It's like a current of water or a whirlpool.
Oh, you mean Lucario's aura.
Aura?
Lucario can sense the life force, or aura, emanating from all living things. As Lucario takes more damage, its own aura grows stronger.
Ingenious! Lucario sounds like a perfect fit for the forces of nature.
We need to focus on the fight at hand.
You focus on the fight at hand. I gotta catch my new recruit.
No, stop!
Pit, a wounded Lucario is stronger than it looks. Be extra careful when it's taken lots of damage.
You're fighting Lucario, aren't you, Snake?
Mei Ling, what's that purple fire coming out of his hands?
That's his aura.
Aura?
I guess you could call it his life force. Lucario can use his own aura and turn it into power. Every time Lucario's damage increases, his aura gains strength, making his attacks more powerful. So don't think you've got him beat just because his health is down.
Ah, the cornered rat will bite the cat. Sounds like trouble.
Hey! When did you become so good with proverbs?
You must have rubbed off on me.
We'll come back in one piece, and I'll teach you all the Chinese proverbs you can handle.
That's Jigglypuff, the balloon Pokemon.
Look at the way it floats. It must be light as air.
Don't let its cuddly appearance fool you. It's one of the most aerodynamic fighters out there. And it has a deadly attack called Rest. When Jigglypuff lands this move, the effects can be devastating.
However, that move does render Jigglypuff vulnerable for a short period of time afterward.
So, when you see Jigglypuff start to fall asleep, that's your cue to move in for the kill.
Gotcha. I'll be sure to keep an eye out for when it nods off.
There's a big eyeball walking around here.
That's just Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff? Is that some kind of marshmallow?
Jigglypuff is a balloon-shaped Pokemon. It may be light and puffy and full of air, but its sleep ability is devastating.
Sleep? What's so devastating about it going to sleep?
The instant it falls asleep, there's a huge buildup of energy in its center of gravity. If it hits you, it's lights out for sure.
So, it puts a lot of energy into sleeping. Sounds pretty irresponsible if you ask me.
Takes all kinds, Snake. Especially here in Brawl.
Look at that cute little robot.
ROB isn't a very creative name for a robot.
I think it has a certain ring to it.
No way! Any name's better than ROB. Like, how about Mr. HVC-012?
That doesn't exactly roll off the tongue.
How about RoboBuddy 3rd Edition?
And what happened to the first 2 editions?
Oh, good point. How about Zerdblattron?
Let's just keep things simple by calling him Rob.
The light on its head shows you the strength of the laser it's about to fire. The moment you forget about it, it'll unleash its laser at maximum power, so watch out!
So, Snake, you're fighting Robot?
Yeah, it's a robot. Although, couldn't they have come up with a better name?
Actually, in the US, they called him Rob. Robot, Rob, take your pick.
Fine. Rob it is, then.
In North America, Rob's body was gray, like the NES. But in Japan, he had a white body and red arms, the color of the Japanese Famicom.
You sure know your geeky tech stuff, Otacon.
Well, you know.
I'm picking up on some weird kind of energy here.
What you feel is Ness's PSI.
What's PSI?
It's a general term for supernatural abilities.
Supernatural? Isn't that pretty unscientific?
Said the angel to the goddess.
What are you getting at?
Pip, we're having this conversation via telepathy. Meanwhile, the power of flight is a type of psychokinesis, and I see you from the heavens using clairvoyance. Finally, I call you back from the battlefield with something akin to teleportation.
And believe me, I truly appreciate all that stuff you do with things.
Anyway, if Ness tries to recover via PK Thunder and you reflect it, that will really ruin his day. Give it a try when you get a chance.
Okay.
That kid, isn't that Ness?
Ness?
He may look like a mere boy, but don't let that fool you. He has PSI abilities that defy all scientific explanation.
Just like Psycho Mantis.
Exactly. He can use teleportation, levitation, pyrokinesis, and psychokinesis.
Yeah, but the question is, can he read minds?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Good. Then I won't have to worry about him predicting my every move.
Even if he had telepathic powers, I don't think he'd use them to mess with you like that. I hear he's a good kid.
Whoa! It's Captain Falcon!
Oh, he's a captain! Which ship does he command?
I think he's more like a pilot or something.
All these fighters have tons of skill and experience, but you can still hold your own. If we brought vehicles into the picture, though, that would be a totally different story.
Good thing that's not the case. I'd be no match for an F-Zero machine or an R-Wing.
Plus, those G-diffuser systems are terrible for the environment.
You sure know a lot about space machinery, for being the goddess of nature and all.
Anyway, if you're near Captain Falcon, watch out for his jump and Falcon Punch combo.
Show me your moves.
Hey, that's Captain Falcon, isn't it?
Good eye, Snake. He's F-Zero pilot number 7.
You know, seeing Captain Falcon here reminds me, we should do that thing we've always wanted to try.
Oh, yeah, that thing. Good idea. Okay, ready? Go!
Falcon Punch!
Falcon Kick!
Oh, it's that explorer guy.
Did you know that Pikmin are named after Pick carrots, a vegetable native to Hokitate?
Huh. Guess you learn something new every day.
Enough with the pointless fun facts. Let's talk fighting strategy. Here's what I know about those Pikmin. Red Pikmin are strong. Yellow Pikmin fly high. Blue Pikmin have the mightiest throw. White Pikmin are fastest. Purple Pikmin are heavy and the most powerful. Be sure you remember all this, Pit.
Right.
There are also winged Pikmin that don't attack you. Numerous Pikmin will weigh down the winged Pikmin, and that's when you should attack.
Snake, have you ever heard of the ancient Chinese story, The Vain Ocean of Wealth and Splendor, from the Zhenjiangji?
I've been waiting for the movie.
Basically, it's meant to express the impermanence of all things. You know, like even when Captain Olimar has lots of Pikmin with him, they could all be gone the next moment. Those poor little guys, they carry, they fight, they multiply, and they get eaten. Olimar might have lots of company one minute and be all alone the next. It's so sad.
But he can pluck out more Pikmin anytime he wants, right?
Well, yeah, I suppose so.
No one truly fights alone. Not even me.
You're absolutely right, Snake. Good luck. I'm rooting for you.
For being a hedgehog, Sonic really isn't very spiky, is he?
Yeah, I've seen spikier. It's true that you're more likely to find him curled up in a cute, harmless ball.
Not so harmless. That round shape lets him spin dash with ease.
I've changed my mind. He's entirely too spiky.
Spin dashes are hard to stop, though.
Just keep your cool and don't lose focus. You can stop spin attacks using your orbitars or bow.
Snake, what is it?
Something about that hedgehog rubs me the wrong way.
Oh, you mean Sonic the Hedgehog? But everyone loves Sonic. He's a big star. Do you have any idea how excited people are that he's here in Brawl?
Yeah, I know. There's something about him I just don't like.
But why? You must have some kind of reason.
Nope. Just don't like him. Colonel! Colonel!